What's the real score behind the Duterte Nograles word war?
Well, please remember that Nograles and I have always been at loggerheads since 1988 because politically we cannot be together. As I have said before, many times there were efforts for us to be together, to reconcile. And the problem has always been that his values are and mine cannot, level itself together. Simply because, but we do not have the same horizons. And I would not say that mine is better than his, but simply I do not like his political and personal dimensions. And the way he treats politics, at governance, and with his relations to everybody. We have always been nitpicking for the faults of one against the other since we are really considered political enemies. This started several years ago during the first term. Santos, the former mayor, and Nograles filed charges against me before this ombudsman, and at their behest, actually, the case finally reached the Supreme Court. And I had to endure about 4 years fighting it out until I got an exoneration. Those are the things that politicians do almost every day against their enemies. And me, I've also been at the other side of the fence watching for his faults. But because we were together during the last elections, presidential, and our elections, the local, we were together. We supported the same president. Arroyo won. He won because nobody would oppose him. And I won because I had no opponent. But that truce brokered with the president lasted just a few months, really. It counted by months because if you remember, there was this raucous in the city of Davao amongst the citizens that the Koreans seemed to be a favored few in the sense that they were able to wrangle a special franchise from PAGCOR. At ito naman PAGCOR hindi ko maintindihan. They must remember, PAGCOR must remember that that agency or the activity of that agency, one of the two allowed the government to go into gambling activities. Sweepstakes is one. The other are the casinos. It's funded by the people's money. Allowed the establishment of a casino catered solely for the Christians, for the Koreans, to the exclusion of everybody, every Filipino in this town and of this nation. And repeatedly, almost every day, thereafter it was granted, they allowed smoking and argued that they had this privilege because anyway, yung lahat naman ng nigarilyo doon sa loob, puro Koreano, walang Pilipino. First, I was questioning, by whose authority is PAGCOR excluding the other citizens of the city? Well, gambling is not good, but if it's allowed by government, it should be open to everybody, especially to Filipinos. Eh, yung mga Koreano, they were almost exclusive. And yung government inspectors and even the police could not enter the premises. And Nograles, at one time or another, called me up and said na he's representing the management, the owner of ApoView, and he would look into it, and he promised me. But that was soon forgotten. And nobody really cared to on their side, whether ApoView or Nograles, to take seriously my warning. So this prompted me to declare that I will arrest starting today. It was the time when I made the threat that if you do not allow the police, government inspectors to inspect the place, I will arrest all of you, including Pagcor people here. Kasi sila yan, sino man arestuhin ko. When you are the owner, which is really the government of the Philippines, but if you're the one in charge there, Pagcor, and you allowed the violations of law to continue, who do I arrest? It's you. So tinawag ko yung taga-Pagcor dito and I berated him. Sabi ko, bakit ganun? By whose authority are you excluding the, why are you giving it also to the Koreans? And so many intercessions. I knew then that Nograles was really interested. And I suspect that that was granted to the Koreans, so that the group of Koreans, because of his influence. Kasi galit na ako, napapahiya ako, sabi ko, you're putting me on the spot. May isang event dito, I think it was September 10, we were waiting for the president to arrive. Nandiyan kami sa corridor sa airport. I was talking to Secretary Doresa. Bigla itong dumating si Nograles. And he was smiling. I was not. I was ayan. Parang sinabi ko, you are favoring the foreign nationals. Ayan. Ang sinabi na dyan, Rod, akin yan. Kasi kung pag akin yan, ibig sabihin, hindi ka naman abogado, meaning to say that, which is really the popular notion there, siya yung may-ari ng insular, Apoview now. Kaya, that started the irritation again. And during the last election, because of this election, I was very sarcastic to him. Sabi niya, madali yung Doresa was there, and he would care to testify. Pero yung binulong niya, sabi niya, akin yan. So, I took it to me na akin, he owns it. Which is, sabi naman ng mga banking circles nito, kanya daw yung Apoview na ngayon. I don't know if it's true. But doon ako na, kaya dumating lang si iniinsulto ko na siya sa harap ni Secretary Doresa. Pero kaya dumating lang ito si Secretary of National Defense, si Chodoro, who was my classmate during the 11th Congress. And he was my lawyer when I was accused of a case filed by Nograles and Santos. Yung sabi ko, eventually, I got my vindication after 4 years. So, yung sabi niya, somebody told him siguro medyo hindi maganda yung relasyon niya. So, ako naman, like all hypocrites in this planet, lahat naman tao, all have fit of play, patawa-tawa na ako. So, yun, and tapos dito, dumating ito sa kaso ng Marionette, sa bata. Sinakyan niya pati si Domingo. Nograles, I can almost surmise that he's doing it for politics. That is all there is to it. Sinabi niya pag yung pera ng syudad, nagastos pa ng peace and order, napakalaki, blah blah blah, chuchuba, hindi mamatay yung bata sa gutom. Doon medyo nag-init na ako kasi you do not so intrigue, especially if there's somebody as a extreme bad taste yan, gano'n, gamitin mo yung sa batas. Dead. At hindi pa natin alam kasi yun nga, unang labas na namatay daw, mamamatay sa gutom, kaya lang nag-suicide. Kaya doon akong pumutok. Kaya minumura ko sa TV ko, doon sa, network, sa TV ko, doon ang yung gikan sa masa. I feel that if I'm angry, I should show it to the people. Hindi kasi ako, hindi ako gaya ni Nograles. Pag galit ako sa'yo, galit talaga ako. If I say that you are. So, ganun yan. And, well, might not really be, I must admit, if on the air, especially if there are children, and makikita lang yung mayor lang mumura, magpupupo, pupupo, ganun. Hindi nga maganda. But I do not apologize for it. Kasi galit talaga ako sa kanya. Lalo na yung as serious and a delicate matter of talking about the death of a girl, a young girl, because she was hungry, which of course is not put to note by subsequent events. Kaya doon ako doon ko siya minumurat. Kasabi ko nga sa mga, ikaw pa yung mayor dito sa Davao na, ikaw pa yung congressman dito na, maraming congressman, ikaw pa yung masampal ko. Kasi yung style mo na gano'n, do not capitalize for political purposes the death of a girl